and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a highly requested one. I'm finally talking skin. Now I have to warn you guys, there's going to be a lot of talking in this video. It's nothing fancy. I don't even have makeup on because I want you guys to see what my skin looks like right now. I want to share with you guys not only my skincare routine, I will share what I'm using right now for my skin, but I also wanted to tell you guys about a lot of important things that I've learned about skincare. So for those of you newer to my channel, I kind of just want to give you a little bit of a background on my skin. My skin is very temperamental. For as long as I can remember, I have always dealt with breakouts. Never like cystic acne, but just a lot of like tiny little bumps that almost look like they're underneath the surface, but they're very annoying. It creates a lot of texture to my skin, and I'm way too old to be dealing with that. And I'm sure for any of you who deal with acne or any other skin problems, it's really annoying and it can really bring you down. My skincare routine has been simplified and condensed greatly, and that is because I think it was in February, I started seeing an esthetician. Her name is Fenya. Those of you who follow me on Snapchat, you've seen me rave about her, and some of you have already gone to see her, which is great. But she's actually a hometown friend. Like, she's best friends with another friend of mine, and for years my friends were telling me to go to her. They're like, she's awesome, she's such a good esthetician. And I was like, yeah, I'll go, and I never actually made the time to go. But finally, I went to her, and since then, so much has changed for my skin, and that's pretty much what I'm going to share with you guys today. Now, the very first time I saw Fenya, she examined my skin under the light, and she told me something that I definitely knew about my skin, which is that it's very dry, but she added that my skin, she said in her words, I don't want to alarm you, but your skin looks as though it's been burned. Of course, that was scary for me to hear, but it was my own doing. I got frustrated with like the acne I was experiencing, so I was like, glycolic acid, this peel, that peel, just acid on my face all the time. I'm not a patient person, so I wanted to just zap everything off of my face, and that was pretty destructive for my skin because it was getting so dry, and like the dryness was actually making me have all those little breakouts. So her solution to all this was first to simplify my entire skincare routine and just pump some hydration into my skin. So I'm sort of going to take you through the progression of the products that I've been using since February, because she recommended one sort of regimen from the beginning, and then as she saw me once a month since then, she's sort of been adding and like taking away things. The first thing she recommended is this cleanser right here. This is by a brand called Hymed, and this is something that it's not like you'll find it at Sephora or like your typical retail stores. It's something that is at a lot of like estheticians' offices, dermatologist offices. It was developed by dermatologists and plastic surgeons, so it's got a very small ingredients list. It's very specific and targeted. And this one is the Gentle Skin Cleanser. This one's okay for all skin types, and of course, because I was being really mean to my skin at the time, she's like, everything we do right now is gonna be really gentle, beginning with the cleanser. So this cleanser is very mild. All it does really is just take off everything that's not supposed to be on my face, but it doesn't make it like squeaky clean. It is paraben-free, gluten-free, and like I said, clinically developed. So this is something that I've been using since she recommended it back in February. And the other product that she recommended for my skin right from the beginning is also by Hymed, and this is called their original Reconstructive Cream. I was kind of like skeptical at first when I read it because it says for psoriasis, eczema, severe dryness. But the whole philosophy behind this is hyaluronic acid, just pumping hyaluronic acid into your skin. And if you're not familiar with it, that's pretty much what allows your skin to hold on to moisture. Same thing, paraben-free, gluten-free, and again, a very small ingredients list. And here's how you know that it's got a lot of hyaluronic acid in it. It's ingredients: aqua, hyaluronic acid. It's the second ingredient on the ingredients list. Sometimes you'll look at a product and it's like, oh, it's hydrating, it's got hyaluronic acid, and then you'll look at the ingredients list, which is like 27 products long, and then the second to last product is, or ingredient is, hyaluronic acid. That just means they like put like 2 drops of it in there, and there's not much in it. But this, like I said, because it's the second one listed on the ingredients list, you know it's very hydrating, and I can tell you guys that this stuff is out of control hydrating. It's so good. If you have dry skin, I would highly recommend this. I have been using this for 6 months straight, and it has lasted me. I think how much do I have? Yeah, I still have plenty in here, but it does say preservative free, so I don't know how long I can actually use it. My point being that I really simplified my routine. This was all I was using for the first month when I started seeing Fenya, just the Gentle Cleanser and this Hyaluronic Acid Reconstructive Cream. Of course, I kept using my SPF, which is necessary always, but I wasn't using anything else. No toners, no like peels or anything, because again, my skin was in such a bad place that it was so dry that all I needed to do with it for a while was just pump some hydration to it. That's it. So here's where I want to share something really important that I learned from Fenya, and I don't know why I didn't use my brain and think about this before, but she said, you don't use the same products all year round. Your skin needs different things in the winter than it does in the summer. You know, winter, it's sometimes a little more dry and like you don't get quite as oily, but in the summer you get more clogged pores, you just tend to be a little bit more oily. So she's like, you have to use different products in the different seasons. And I was like, it makes so much sense. And I'm shocked that I didn't think about that before, but I'm learning. And that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is if you're using the same product all year round, say you like something a lot and it's working for you, you may notice that, you know, some different seasons throughout the year, your skin starts to act up. It might be because you're using the same product all year round. So because I started to get more blackheads, she switched me up from the Gentle Cleanser to the one with the triple alpha hydroxy acids. This one is just called the Facial Cleanser, still by Hymed. And she gave me this stuff. And this one says for normal / oily skin. I tend to be on the dry side. Now I'm a little more normal, and this works great for me still. It still doesn't give me like a really, I feel more clean, but it's never that like tight feeling clean. So again, in the winter time when I'm more dry, Gentle Cleanser, and then when I get into the warmer months, when I just sweat more, I get a little bit more oily, I have been using the triple alpha hydroxy acid cleanser. I'm still using the Reconstructive Cream. This is something that I use every single day, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what my routine is in the nighttime and what my routine is in the morning after I go through all these products. So let's fast forward to about April, almost May. At this point, my skin was showing so much improvement. It just was so much more hydrated. It just looked a lot more supple and healthy. But of course, we were still dealing with the issue of like texture and like little breakouts here and there. But the whole point of her putting me on this routine was to tackle one thing at a time, one problem at a time. Let's get on this simple regimen first, and then let's tackle the other problems once your skin gets to a healthy place. So if there's one thing I can share with you about this whole experience is don't be like me, be a patient person and just give your skin time to adjust. Do things for it that it needs first before you say, oh, well, I just want to get rid of these lines, or, you know, don't do everything at once. And if you're able to, visit an esthetician. I know it can be expensive, but even if you can't go once a month, I'm a special situation because I had such a bad problem with my skin. But if you can go quarterly, or even if you can just go twice a year, it's always nice to get a professional's eyes and hands on your skin, just because they can tell you what exactly you need that you may not know you need. I wasn't kidding when I said there's a lot of talking in this video, was I? But it's necessary. I have so much to share with you guys. So this next product that I'm holding in my hand, I don't want to talk about it yet. I just want to set it up first. So the whole texture breakout thing, she said early on that eventually she would put me on a retinol product. Like I said, around April, May is when she, you know, examined my skin and thought it was the right time to start on a retinol product. She did give me one retinol product that I didn't love. It wasn't bad, I just didn't love it. I had one in mind that I knew I'd wanted to get, and it is by a celebrity esthetician that so many people talk about. And oddly enough, I was in New York and I was talking to Patrick Ta, and he was telling me about her. Her name is Shani Darden, and she has a lot of celebrity clients, and she has a product line as well. And I researched it, and her hero product is this little guy right here. It's called Retinol Reform from the Resurface line by Shani Darden. It's a very small bottle. It is, what is it, 1 ounce for like $95, but I was like, I don't care. I definitely want to try this. I've heard so many good things about it, and this made all the difference in my skin. I cannot say enough about this product, and the way my skin transformed since I started using it. I started using it, I want to say I ordered it in May, like the 1st of May, right before I went to Europe. And I don't know what I think it's got the retinol, 5% retinol, but it also has lactic acid in it, but it's 5%, so it's still pretty mild. It's nothing that would irritate your skin. It definitely didn't irritate my skin. But man, you guys, I simply cannot say enough about this retinol product. Now when I run my fingers over my skin when I'm putting on like my moisturizer, it feels like it's not my skin anymore. Like it just feels different. It feels like I can't explain it. It feels brand new. So now with the Retinol Reform in my life, here is pretty much my nightly skincare routine. First, I'll go in with my cleanser, which is the Hymed facial cleanser. And then I'll go in with the Retinol Reform. It's like 2 to 3 pumps. Get that all over. Let that sink in. I usually give it I'll do something else. Like I'll brush my teeth in between. Just give it a couple of minutes. And then I'll go in with the Reconstructive Cream. You should always go over the retinol product with a moisturizer. Most especially if you're like me and you're pretty dry to begin with. So that's it. That is my 3-product skincare routine at night. However, because now I've been on this mild regimen for a while, I talked to Fenya and she said it was okay to do some more exfoliation every now and then. Obviously not as often as I was doing it before where I was harming my skin, but she said I could do it once a week, but just to be safe, I do it twice a month. And the one that I use is this one because it's still pretty mild. It's the Intensive C Radiance Peel from Murad. Like I said, this does a really good job. It's not too intense that you feel like burning. It's funny because now that my skin is not used to acids anymore, I actually feel the tingling a little bit. Before I couldn't. I was like, nothing's happening. But that was because I was abusing acids. So now let's get into the morning routine. So in the morning, Fenya recommended that I wake up, wash my skin with a cleanser, and then again go in with the Reconstructive Cream. For some reason, maybe because I'm not accustomed to it, I just feel weird cleansing my skin when I wake up just because I have nothing on. Like I took everything off the night before and I just woke up. But since she recommended it, for a while I was still using the Gentle Cleanser just in the morning. Like I would never use the triple alpha hydroxy acid one in the morning just because it's too intense for the morning. But during my facials, sometimes she'll use this toner on my skin that smells so good, you guys. I wish you could smell this. It smells like pumpkin, like a pumpkin pie or like a pumpkin spice latte. It is the most, the bottle's closed and I can fully smell it from here. This is by PCA and it is their nutrient toner and it's an enzyme toner. So it basically eats away a dead skin cell. So I asked her, I said, instead of cleansing my skin in the morning, can I just use the nutrient toner before my moisturizer? She's like, absolutely, that's a good alternative. So I just take a cotton pad, I put the stuff on, and I just wipe it over my skin, and that's sort of my very gentle exfoliation in the morning. But I'll go throughout my day, and all of a sudden it'll be like 3 o'clock, and I'll just get a whiff of like the pumpkin, and it's so good. It is such a tasty smell. So again, in the morning, I'll wake up and put on the nutrient toner, which I've never used a toner before, which is so strange to me. This one, like I said, is an enzyme toner, so it's just gonna eat away at all the dead skin cells. So after I do this, I'll let it sort of dry up, and then I'll go in with the Reconstructive Cream. This is my go-to. Like this I use every single day, twice a day. And then later on, when I'm getting ready to go out into the sun, I will use this guy. This is the Weightless Protection Broad Spectrum SPF 45 by PCA. This is something that I tried. Like I switched up from my Murad Essential C Day Moisture because I think that's a 30 or 35 SPF. So I was like, let's kick up the SPF a little bit since I am using a retinol. This is a really good one for those of you who experience like the white cast when you put on a product with SPF. This doesn't do that. It actually is a very weightless, lightweight product. They do have another one that's an SPF 45 that is like, it's so white. Don't use that one. Use the weightless one. This one's really good. And then one other product that I've just been using, like I don't use it every single day, just when I feel like it. I'll cleanse my skin, and then before I put on the retinol or the moisturizer, I'll give my face a little spritz with the Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. This is good for the skin just to sort of give it like a pick-me-up, because aloe, rose water, all that's really good for your skin. But I also use it as a makeup setting spray sometimes. So this stuff, and it smells really refreshing. You get that rose water, it hits you, and it's just like I said, a nice pick-me-up. So that is it for my current skincare routine. Just one more time to recap my nighttime routine. First, facial cleanser by Hymed, then the Retinol Reform by Shani Darden, and then I go in with the original Reconstructive Cream by Hymed. And in the morning, I go in with the PCA Nutrient Toner, the pumpkin one, and I'll go over that with the Reconstructive Cream. And then again, later when I'm about to go out, I'll hit my face with some of that SPF 45 by PCA. So a big thank you to Fenya for educating me on skincare and just getting me on the right path. I really hope that this was useful for you guys. I know it's probably a little bit more useful for those of you who are dry, normal skin types who deal with breakouts. But again, I just wanted to pass on what I learned to you guys, and if you have other questions, I know I talked a lot, but there's probably so much I didn't talk about. If you do have more questions, please leave them down in the comments, and I will go through and we'll chat about it. I know skincare is so important, and it's such a personal thing too, so again, please remember that this is something that worked for me, and I'm just sharing my journey with you. I'm starting to sweat, so I'm gonna ditch these lights. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. I love you. Mwah.